Hey there guys, and welcome back to another episode of the perfect Level 3 Ultimate Ironman Skiller series. In today's episode, we'll be focusing on both finishing up some of the requirements for more effective point boosting during our CMKC, and also polishing off a bunch of quests and achievements. And finally, we'll also touch on a bit of quest speedrunning for certain unlocks that will become useful to us in the future. Firstly, on today's agenda, we'll knock out 75 Hunter. This will give us access to catching Murng bats within the Chambers of Xeric. This, coupled with our 75 cooking, we'll be able to rock cake our HP down and eat the bats we catch for plenty of points. These points will hopefully give us enough to get either a purple or, if we're really lucky, a pet in the dust to go along with the 100 plus CMKC we'll be going for. However, before we get stuck into any of that, we're going to grab a bunch of recoils and belladonna seeds from Puro Puro. From a bit of testing, the northwestern corner seems to have the highest population of magpie and nature impling spawns, enough to comfortably hop around while remaining in one segment of the map. Using an ult with the Arceus spellbook, Dark Lure seems to be the most reasonable method, seeing we don't have access to entangles. It's likely easier just to remain in one corner and wait for them to come to us. We also didn't need to stick around for too long, as we'll only need one drop of recoils for the various quests I plan on using them for at this point. As seen up on screen, we've also got an Amulet of Power alongside an Iron 2H, giving us an attack bonus of plus 19. This is due to, as I've mentioned before, the Poison Dynamite rolling off your highest attack bonus alongside your fire making level. I'll get into all of that a little bit later, because when I went to actually buy the dynamite from the shop, I realized I didn't even have the favor to do so in the respective house. Luckily for us, the Loverkench favor is actually one of the most AFK methods of the lot, where you just set up an ult underneath your character with the spider aggressed to you from the east. The cloud of gas can only damage you from the north and western side of your character, so by using both a body block and the mound of sulfur sitting in the way, you can completely AFK this entire favor. Following the completion of the Loverkench favor, we also got ourselves a couple of nodes containing clues, and we were lucky enough to get ourselves a blue wizard robe top. Now this will sound pretty insignificant to most, however this is actually a genuine grind to get outside of beginner clues, as you'd otherwise have to spawn manipulate for them. We have 34 nightshades, which equates to 11 poison dynamite, and unfortunately we're only 50 fire making, so our max hit is just a 2. Druidic Ritual is also far overdue, and it would be nice to knock this one out in one go, seeing it takes like 5.5 hours to grow a single belladonna. Fortunately for us, with the limited inventory of supplies we have, NPCs can be corner trapped into position where you can still use the poison dynamite on them. Moving on to the giant rat, a similar technique applies, corner trap the NPC, so on and so forth. Fortunately for us, the defense is a lot lower, and we also got very lucky on the damage on our last few dynamite. Big key to remember, both the chicken and the beef can be purchased in Port Sarim, so no need to risk XP through spawn manipulations or dynamite. This was also certainly long overdue and quite important, seeing we couldn't really solo Wintertodt without Herblore. You could use an ult, but that's just mad extra effort. Upon the completion of Druidic Ritual, we can now work towards the dig site for Bon Voyage. The way I go about getting the 10 Herblore requirement is by cleaning grimy Cedofoil during the quest Jungle Potion. This will skip any unnecessary use of herbs, and also only takes around 15 or so world hops for 5 Herblore, giving you enough XP to reach 10 after the completion of Jungle Potion. After finishing the dig site, we still need the 100 kudos required for Bon Voyage, and the majority can be obtained through cleaning finds within the museum. Another little tip showing up on screen is to claim the fruit blast from the curator. This will save you a trip to the grand tree for the ingredients needed for the start of Recipe for Disaster. Now, one thing I noticed while finishing up the Hazel Cult quest is that somehow they've gone and changed how the quest works completely. Alamone is now instanced to only one individual player. You don't need to inflict any real damage on him, and his plate body doesn't even drop to the ground anymore. This literally left me so confused that I thought for a moment that I had done something wrong. However, they basically just moved his plate body to a chest in the corner of the room. I also don't even think I've seen any post on this update anywhere, so if you guys have noticed anything, drop a comment down below. In fact, just drop a comment of anything anyway. Cheers, lads. As I mentioned before, this is where the fruit blast from the dig site comes in handy. I know, certainly long overdue, but better now than never, right? And now with Recipe for Disaster started, we can complete the Dwarven subquest, giving us the rock cake for many more points in the chambers, all thanks to our sponsor Ironman Gear Discord. The Ironman Gear Discord offers a variety of community-driven iron resources, guides, and setups, while also now providing Jagex-compliant boosting. These guys are accommodating to all time zones and are more than happy to boost you through a number of different activities. So if you're interested, I'll leave the link to their Discord in the description. They're also running a 50% giveaway for their mega scale raids, so don't forget to get amongst that. We're also stacking up real nicely on the Dark Relics. That'll certainly come in handy for some extra Slayer XP along the way. Between the raids boosting, as I mentioned before, we're also prepping for Wintertodt, as it'll be perfect for both construction levels and to increase our max hit with the poison dynamite. These bat bones are necessary for the Merlin's Crystal quest, and we need this because of the kudos provided to get us onto Fossil Island. This will also unlock volcanic ash, which in turn gives us ultra compost, providing an increase in minimum and the maximum yield for our belladonnas. Merlin's Crystal is another quest that has what I call a dialogue manipulation, similar to Biohazard, requiring an ult to finish the kill while you switch the aggression through dialogue during the tick the NPC dies. This will in turn grant you the kill credit, progressing the quest without any hit points experience required. Also, a common misconception is that you can't complete this quest without 20 attack needed to wield the Excalibur, but you can simply just use it on the crystal instead. The final kudo granting quest required for Fossil Island is the Shield of Arav, which again has been altered relatively recently. In the past, you could simply grab 2 keys and finish off the Weapon Master with the Phoenix member, but now they've changed the instance to Black Arm Gang members only. A bit of an annoyance, but I found one of the boys' accounts that happened to not have the quest done, so the only real difference is you got to do this on 3 accounts instead of 2. Alright lads, I'm going to go ahead and give you all the benefit of the doubt here in regards to everyone thinking that this is broken and hard. All you need to do is lower the sails when you're veering too far to the left or right to reposition the direction. This is not hard and it never has been. And to all of your dismay, it's probably what the shit skill sailing is going to be like upon its release. So I had planned to clear my inventory in preparation for Wintertodt, and I thought that using the last few dynamite on the duck would be the most viable route, seeing the cave bug heals too rapidly. And to my belief, even though the duck can only hit zeros and our max hit is only 2 at this stage, we were lucky enough to land a poison and get the diary completion before we really should be able to. For the next few days, I'd hop between Wintertodt and the chambers, working towards both 100kc for the cape and obviously the achievement at 25. Wintertodt will certainly be the hub over the next couple of videos between a bunch of other intricate little things, as it's just the genuine foundation of any Ironman account. The sheer amount of stats and consumables acquired from a single 99 will only take a week through solos and will get us to 70 construction, fletching and woodcutting. Fortunately for us, only a few games will get us the level to store our 2 sets of Graceful, both unlocking the set itself and clearing the inventory space that's held in tokens along the way. Also, for some reason, Jagex reckons that Wintertodt has the means to stand as a bunch of combat achievements, so we're also polishing off a number of those as well. The lads and I actually managed to hit an item at a questionably absurd rate. Nothing in my name, but the boys certainly were swimming in it. One of the bros over here even pulled a twisted bow, and to make it all better, they're all Ironmen. Shifting over to the main segment of the video, Quest Speedrunning. This is a game mode that has its own dedicated servers that are a complete barren wasteland. These quests have a time-based tier system from Bronze through to Diamond. Originally, Platinum was the highest tier, but the times were surpassed by the 3 or 4 players that actually bothered to waste their time on these servers. Nevertheless, the cosmetic upgrades for the Graceful alongside the home teleport upgrade being significantly faster than the rest is worth the time to go and complete some Platinum runs. The Platinum times are extremely easy to hit with a reasonable amount of game knowledge, and will also give you the max amount of points towards the unlocks. The Diamond times are purely cosmetic and unnecessary, so I'll take you guys through the runs and showcase all the mechanics required to get those times without the use of any ults. Firstly, as you can see, the only major piece of transportation mechanics during the Black Knight's Fortress is the free teleport from the Count in Lumbridge to Barbarian Village. This puts you right outside the helmet shop, letting you grab the bronze med helm and go. Other than that, the rest of the quest is somewhat self-explanatory, finished up by exiting the Black Knight's Fortress and dropping your helm and chain body for less weight carrying you down. Then just simply run back to Ceramic Vase and Falador to complete the quest. This should give you a one-shot Platinum run, seeing there's nothing really out of the ordinary here. Up next, we have Ernest the Chicken. Short and sharp, we'll start by picking up the pot from the table and running behind the castle to Faith, skipping through the dialogue for the bucket of compost. Next, we'll navigate our way over to the chicken pen, pick up the egg from the spawn and head directly to the wheat field. On the way up to the flour mill, make sure to note the tick delay on pulling the lever upstairs. Acting as a one-tick stall, this can also ruin the run if you aren't aware of it. In regards to milking the cow, as soon as the animation begins, you can break it by hitting the home teleport instantly. And there you have it. Even with quite a few tick losses here and there, and even running in the wrong direction, you can still easily hit these Platinum times. X marks a spot is next on the list, another short and sharp run with little to no margin of error. Reasonable pathing and the use of True Tile Indicator to know when to pre-dig can certainly help as well. Pathing around the southern side of the castle will also save a few ticks, seeing you don't have to navigate around walls and objects, saving on tiles in the long run. The rest of the quest is again self-explanatory and can be completed from here by just following the Quest Helper plugin on RuneLite. Now, Ernest the Chicken was certainly another one of my favourites, covering a few little intricacies that'll tie together the entire run. Firstly, as seen above, we'll drop our tuna. There's no need for this, as we just take 1 or 2 hits from the skeleton, and it also reduces our weight. We'll go up the stairs, pick up the fish food, then back down to poison the food and on to the best part of the segment. The lever maze can save you quite a bit of time during this run, all by pathing to the correct tiles to reduce the amount of walking due to red-clicking the gates too early. Though it's not necessary, if I do come back to finish up diamond times in the future, I'll be much more meticulous in regards to tick saves. The rest of the quest can be completed through the intended means to reach platinum, although I did notice one key difference that I would make while editing this video. As seen up on screen, you can click the ground to click out of the dialogue to finish up the quest just a little bit faster. However, this can be removed entirely by interrupting the queue by changing your attack style. This would simply queue your attack style before the dialogue, completing the quest that much faster. Other than that, boys, we will finish up on the speedruns for now, to save some of the better ones for next episode. As you can see up on screen, the next episode will be jam-packed with a bunch of goodies. So if you've enjoyed what you've seen here today, make sure to drop us a like and a subscription. Help me tame those analytics and go ahead and drop a comment down below as well. Subscribing takes no time at all and it does the world for the growth and development of the channel, so make sure to do so. Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsor, the Ironman Gear Discord. If you're interested in anything iron related, make sure to check out their Discord, the link will be in the description. And with all that said, as always, take it easy and have a wonderful day.